Okay, so after 2 years of constant researching, reporting, and undying commitment, I am proud to finally announce that I, Johnny the Wizard, are simultaneously Xbox's biggest fan and biggest hater. I call it man's duality of dick riding. Easily the most hot and cold topic on this small network of mine for like the past year or some shit has easily been, anything to do with Microsoft's Xbox. If I'm not coping with hope for their future of actually making worthwhile games again, then I'm using their history of fruitless acquisitions as real life toilet paper. Those are my only two emotions. It has been a rocky ride to say the least, but that's only because both of those positive and negative feelings that I have reside very deep in my little gamer heart that's been branded with the need to play good games. Like, it wasn't that long ago when Xbox was on top of the world with everything that they did in the gaming sphere and was really every console's, big bro in terms of having good games and overall quality of being a great console. But in contrast from that to now, Xbox fans are in a constant questioning state as to whether the couple hundred bones that they dropped in that fridge-shaped Microsoft console was even worth it, since you could either get those games from the console and more on PC, and there's the constant rumors of the few Xbox exclusives that we got not even being exclusives anymore, so I'm not that far off the spectrum. Any current Xbox fan has the right to be a little schizophrenic. And I've talked about all of this, day and night before, but one of my favorite videos that I ever made about Xbox was when I detailed what they could do to reverse this negative stigma and drive their company to success again. Not just because I spoke the language of facts in that video, but also because it wholeheartedly has to do with what we're talking about today regarding Xbox boss Phil Spencer's latest plans for Xbox going forward. Now Philly Spencer, P-Dog, Phil Spencer is an interesting character in the gaming division to me. Some people praise his current reign over the Xbox name, while others believe he's the reason it's going downhill. Now, whatever you think, however, I'm sure that we can all agree that Phil thinks that his actions are bettering the overall health of the company. I mean, look at that smirk. In the midst of Xbox having reports spawned around talking about how their sales are flying a little too low to the ground, and even whole markets having plans of straight dropping the sale of Xbox products in their stores, Phil Spencer recently sat down with, the company Polygon and laid out yet another business model as a way of combating their ongoing decline in console sales. Now, I'm going to link this whole interview, article thing in the description below if you all want to read it, but to paraphrase basically what Phil said, he basically explained that, having barriers in gaming like exclusivity and console app ecosystems shouldn't hinder the experience for the players. He believes that this is one of the main factors that hold consoles like the Xbox Series back, and that more freedom should be used to attract more players. And interestingly, he makes a comparison of this ideal freeness of gaming to what it's like playing on PC. He explains that the PC market is always growing, since those players that, don't have as much of a burden of choosing which platform that they buy their games on are more likely to play on that hardware. And Phil even invites the idea of having multiple game markets on the Xbox console like Epic Games or itch.io to have a similar effect and create more opportunities for gaming that we don't have right now, on top of the ongoing plan to bring more Xbox games onto other platforms. So, that obviously sounds like a really ambitious plan for the Xbox's formula in the future, and 12 years ago, if they had proposed this kind of plan, it sounds so crazy that their stock price would have immediately tanked to zero as soon as the syllable of PC uttered from their mouth. But hear me out though. The reason that this idea is so interesting is because it might not actually be the worst thing for Xbox's current business. As much as I and many other people would want the Xbox to stand toe-to-toe with PlayStation in terms of exclusives and all the other main character rival hyper fantasy type shit, people are more often now using an Xbox because of how accessible and convenient it is to play games on. That's just a reality. So if Xbox could add on to that experience and allow you to play even more of your, PC games on like your Epic Games library or possibly even your Steam library, then that could in theory add more value to the console as more of a general gaming hub that is being used as right now. It's an idea that sounds, crazy for a console to do on paper, but I think that, this is just a situation of Microsoft adapting to the situation that they've been given and trying to find a way to turn a profit, which at this point, man, I'm not all that mad at, and even people online are positively open to the idea. It's even led to the new thought that Microsoft is leading their business out of the console wars in general and focusing on this multi-platform model of gaming as their whole new thing. And honestly, Phil Spencer has already admitted to the public that the Xbox lost the console wars a long time ago, which was always easy to see. But if this new age of Xbox could push the platform more away from the console division and more into the general software side, Xbox might have an untapped opportunity of profit on the horizon. And I mean, at this point, we might as well be able to see Windows be installed on the Xbox. If they're gonna do this, they better go fucking hard in the paint. But that's the current Xbox news that we have floating around right now. Obviously, time will tell if this, business plan will work out or not. Hopefully it does, and Xbox can exist however it sees fit in the future. So what do you guys think about Xbox leaving, the console wars and becoming more of a service? Feel free to comment down below. So if you're on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next one.